Language can be quite flexible. You can take common terms from the dictionary and from your everyday speech patterns and find certain words or phrases that can be an open door for you to find a different kind of a self, different kind of a mind, to find a way to go out into the world and not run into the problems that you now run into, or to stay home and run into the difficulties that you now experience. One of these phrases, very common one, you'll recognize it when I give it to you. One of these phrases is simply that of getting tough. You know the phrase? Well, you know the experience well enough, because ever since you were a little child, you've been getting tough. Too bad. But that's the way it was. Remember when you were younger, going to school, and a child took something away from you or threw something at you? That's a good summary, is it not? To say that you reacted by getting tough in whatever way you knew how, throwing something back. Do you have the insight to see that the society you live in is nothing but a school playground with angry, tough little children running around, throwing things at each other, trying to take things from each other, and everyone ending up crying and sorrowful? Haven't I described the human situation just the way it is? But we're talking about you. We're talking about this dreadful habit that you picked up when you were a child that you've never been able to break, not up until now. You'll learn during the course of this talk how to break it, but now you don't know how. And you call getting tough both an offense and a defense. Someone offends you, says something you don't like, builds up inside of you with a pressure. And so you get tough by either striking back or by running home internally and weeping. And the sad part of it is the difficulty remains. The problem is still there. Monday you cried, and Tuesday the problem was still there. Wednesday you went out and struck back at the world with hostility, and Thursday the problem was still there. Nothing changes. Isn't it about time that you begin to think of a way which will be given to you? You begin to think of a way in which you don't have to repeat yourself, and which you don't have to either have a fight or flight every time a challenge comes up from the outer world. Now, you're under complete delusion if you think there's any protection or any fun in being tough. Look at the drain. Look at how you go home and are worn out at night. Worn out at night. You're tired at 10 o'clock in the morning because you've been wasting yourself ever since you got up. The battle begins when you get up, doesn't it? Somehow you have the wrong impression that you've been conscripted into an army and a rifle has been shoved into your hands and you have to go out and fight the enemy all day long. Where did you get that idea? Who told you you have to go out and fight? Be tough? Well, I'll tell you who. Every human being you've ever met, since you were a little girl, since you were a little boy. You had better, and I highly recommend it, you had better stop believing in what you picked up. No one, nothing, absolutely nothing requires you to go out like a soldier ready for the battle every morning, and yet you do. You do, and you know it. Why? I'm asking you why. I'll tell you why. It's just an exciting habit that you've picked up, and that if it was taken away from you, you wouldn't know how to behave. Let me tell you a little secret. It is possible for each one of you here, all of you listening and watching, it is possible for you to get up and go all day long, all week long, all year long, all life long, and not fight anyone. It is possible for you to do it. How do you suppose you'd feel if that was the case? You're worried about it, aren't you? How you'd feel. You think that there'd be an emptiness in you, a lack of motivation, a lack of something to do. You know, it'd be a very intelligent move for all of you to not believe in what you now believe in, which is that you have to remain as you are because that is your safety and security and the only way that is possible for you to live on this earth, and you are wrong if you think so. There's a way in which you can change everything early in the morning and all day long, and all night long too, so that you're not a victim of yourself as you now are. Now listen very carefully. I started off by saying that we get up in the morning and we start getting tough with other people, with that world. You think you have to battle out there. Now, when you battle something out there, can you see, can you understand where the battle really is? Inside yourself. Now, come on, come on. Is it intelligent or is it foolish to allow your life to be a battleground? Come on now. It's one or the other. Now don't try to hide anywhere behind explanations, because I'm going to put it to you again until you're forced to see something that you don't want to see, because it would be the end of your pseudo-comfort, of your so-called exciting life, was just a dreadful life. Is it a wise thing to do, or is it a foolish thing to do to allow your life, your day, to be a battleground? You know what a battleground is like? It's pretty noisy out there, isn't it? Isn't your mind noisy all day long? Because it's about, you know what it is. All the shots and the shells of your own emotions and your own frustrations and your own cries when you get wounded. How many times have you been wounded in your life? Far too many for you to count, right? Now, there's no way to escape the logic that has been presented to you. The logic that your life is indeed nothing but a tough battleground in which you either lose or what you call win, and even when you win, you lose because there's always a negative, wrong state in there. I wonder if you've ever explored such a simple battleground as an argument. How many of you argued today? Let's see your hands. Yeah, lots of hands. How many of you are arguing right now while I'm talking? I know you are. I know you are. You don't have to raise your hand. I know you're resisting something that's going to change you. I know you don't want the purity of truth. You're not used to it. You don't know what it looks like, and you're afraid of it. It's a stranger to you. So you're arguing right now. Be aware of it. That's what you should do. Simply know that you're fighting, you're battling. This is your little battleground right now. That you know better. Well, if you know better than truth, how come you have to insist so insistently? How come you have